65. The instrument of leadership. Leadership is not about position. It is not about title. And it is definitely not about authority. Leadership begins with one invisible force that shapes trust, culture, and results: communication. John W. Gardner once said, "If I had to name a single all-purpose instrument of leadership, it would be communication." That one sentence holds a lifetime of wisdom. Welcome to Unstoppable Mindset. And today, we're going to talk about the real foundation of leadership, the way you communicate. Because here's the truth. Everything rises and falls on leadership, and leadership itself rises and falls on communication. You can have vision, you can have intelligence, you can have experience, but if you cannot communicate clearly, consistently, and respectfully, your leadership will never reach its full potential. Today, I want to share 3 powerful standards every leader must live by when communicating with their people. Point 1. Be consistent. The first standard is consistency. Nothing frustrates people more than leaders who change their words every day. One day they say yes, the next day they say no, and no one knows where they stand. Consistency builds trust. Inconsistency destroys it. There was a leader named Gordon Bethune, who led Continental Airlines during a difficult time. What won the team over was not fancy speeches or big promises. It was consistency. People knew that when he spoke, his words meant something. They could depend on what he said. As a leader, your people are always listening. They are watching whether your actions match your words. If you want your team to trust you, be predictable in values and reliable in communication. Say what you mean, and mean what you say. Point 2. Be clear. The second standard is clarity. Your team cannot execute what they do not understand. Many leaders make a mistake here. They try to sound intelligent. They use complex language. They speak in confusion. But clarity is not weakness. Clarity is leadership. Do not try to impress people with how smart you are. Impress them with how clearly you can explain direction. A clear message gives confidence. A confusing message creates fear. When people know what is expected of them, they perform better. They feel secure. They move faster. If your team keeps making mistakes, pause and ask yourself, have I been clear? Because clarity is kindness. Point 3. Be courteous. The third standard is courtesy. Every person deserves respect, no matter their role, no matter their past, no matter their mistakes. When you are courteous, you don't lose authority. You gain influence. Your tone matters. Your words matter. Your body language matters. As a leader, how you speak to people sets the emotional climate of the entire organization. If you are respectful, your team becomes respectful. If you are harsh, your team becomes defensive. Remember this. Teams always reflect their leaders. Courtesy is not optional. It is essential. The deep truth about communication. Here is something every leader must remember. Communication is never one way. Leadership communication is not top-down. It is not dictatorial. It is not about control. The best leaders listen. They invite ideas. They encourage participation. When people feel heard, they feel valued. And when people feel valued, they give their best. Your role as a leader is not just to speak. It is to create space for others to speak. Take a moment today and reflect. Is your communication consistent? Is it clear? Is it courteous? Because every conversation you have is shaping culture. Every word you speak is setting a tone. Be aware today that your communication is influencing the people you lead. Leadership is not about how loud you speak. It's about how well you connect. When you communicate with intention, you don't just lead tasks, you lead people. This is how trust is built. This is how teams grow. This is how influence lasts. Thank you for spending these moments with me on Unstoppable Mindset. Stay consistent, stay clear, stay courteous, and be ready, because another powerful success secret is waiting for you. Until next time, keep building an unstoppable